Hi everybody, I just wanted to make a quick update following yesterday's video. You've probably heard about the patch note version 1.3 of Panzer Dragoon Remake that is coming. And so I've only translated one part of the discussion because there was just too much for me to make the closed caption for the whole video. It's just too much work. So I'm going to today provide a summary of what we discussed, because we did not only discuss the patch, the incoming patch. So I'm going to share with you some of the things we discussed yesterday. So I'm going to translate that. So without further ado, let's get started. So what we discussed with Benjamin is that they had a target to release Panzer Dragoon Remake for the Nintendo Direct, and so consequently they also had to work backwards and define the date they would submit the game to Nintendo for validation, and all that was impacted by COVID, of course. So it was a bit complicated. He also shared a story that the president of Forever Entertainment, which is an associate of Benjamin on this project. So he explained that the president of Forever Entertainment had to go from the north of Poland to the south of Poland, where the office is based, to help accelerate to push for the development and finish the release of Panzer Dragoon Remake. He just got they just finished in time for him to go back home before the lockdown, just in time when the lockdown was announced in Poland as well. So in fact, he explained that it was complicated, but also they were lucky because things could have been much worse in the end. So he explained that the team is now smoothly working on patching. Production development is going well. So Forever Entertainment wants to work on the game on the long run. So they are not planning to just release games and leave them in the state they release. Obviously, they want to update the games, and they wanted to use the Nintendo Direct to release the game and have this this splash effect. So they couldn't show the game before, but at some point they had to do it. So it was their goal to release it during the Nintendo Direct. So he also explained that they have two teams working on Panzer Dragoon right now. One is working on updating Panzer Dragoon 1, and another one is working on 2 already. So the next patch is going to come soon, but it's still waiting for approval from Japan, because Japan is being on lockdown as we speak. So it's a bit more complicated for them to work with Nintendo Japan than it is with the US and EU. Maybe it's due to language, I don't know. So Forever also, Benjamin also explained that Forever had some projects regarding 2 to show the game at some events, some conventions, but due to the current pandemic, it's been, all those plans are on hold right now. So we're gonna have to wait and see. They want to have a special occasion to show something about 2. So obviously, if there is no convention or no special event, they are not going to just drop a video online for us. So which we can understand. So obviously, it's complicated for everybody, any business, and especially in the gaming industry. They can't travel. All the major events have mostly been cancelled already for the first half of the year and even further. So we don't know when we are going to be able to see something about Spy. Benjamin also explained that the work that they have done and that they are doing right now on the first game to patch it, the engine and the feedback, all that is most likely going to be useful for Spy. We discussed the Metacritic score. Obviously, the team expected more. They wanted more, and the target for Spy is to launch the game and have a better score when the game released, based on the feedback they have had on the first game from the players and from the media as well. So obviously, it will be a learning experience. They will learn from that, and they will benefit. The Zwei will benefit from that. We talked a bit about Horta, but there is no plan of regarding Forever Entertainment to port Horta. They are focused on One and Zwei. There is no other project at the moment. We discussed a little bit the rumors of a Saga remake. So Benjamin says he has nothing more to say about it. He doesn't know about it, but he said that obviously it's true. We this kind of project would be a lot bigger and almost at the level of a Final Fantasy VII remake, even if the game is not as popular. Obviously, people who want to see it remake have expectations. They don't want a cheap remake, especially regarding Saga Hazel, which is a RPG with a lot of voice acting, a lot of NPCs, story, quests, environments. Obviously, it would cost more than rail shooters. So, if it's a cheap remake for Saga, it would be people would blame Sega for not trying to do something at least as visually attractive than Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I think we need to support the IP, as Benjamin said. I mean, you're free to support it or not, but I think if we want to see more games, yes, it's for sure Sega will check the numbers, will check if the first game sells well, if the second game does well, if the VR game does well as well. I don't know if there is already discussion about our other remake, if they are already discussing that. So it's probably just a fake rumor, but we need to support the IP, I think. Also, Benjamin reconfirmed that when they pitched Sega with the project of those remakes, they obviously explained that the series had trouble in the past being profitable, and that they offered to try something maybe differently with a smaller budget, obviously, to reduce the risk that Sega had taken in the past. So by reducing the risk, well, maybe you can make a game that is profitable and see where to go from there. He also explained that on the first two remakes, it's Forever that is taking the risks, not really Sega actually. So the financial risk is on Forever Entertainment side. And that's about it. I hope we get a Saga remake. I know there are many fans out there among you who want to see that as well. I think in the past the marketing around Panzer Dragoon has been quite weak. I think the communication has always been a little bit weak. I hope someday we get a Saga remake and they push the epic side of the game more than before, because when you check the existing marketing PR materials that exist about Saga, it's always been a little bit mysterious. You don't really know what it is about. For someone who doesn't know the series, I think it's a little bit too obscure, and I think they could probably do appear a little bit more aggressive, push a little bit more, show the dragoon clash with the other dragoon in Saga, make you want to experience this series. I think they can improve definitely on that front, and I think a modern remake could definitely benefit from well, first a modern vision and a modern communication marketing about it. So, but that was just my personal vision in the end, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this summary of yesterday's video, and feel free to comment, share, subscribe, and I will hopefully soon provide new content for the channel. Thank you. Bye bye.